How's it going, everyone? I'm TheGamingRaptor, and today we're going to be taking a look at Kyoshin in For Honor. Kyoshin in For Honor is like one of those hard hybrids that is kind of hard, but he's not hard until you just learn his entire moveset and his combos too. I personally enjoy playing with Kyoshin because of the uniqueness in his all guard. It really just suits him. But what you need to know about Kyoshin is that he is a difficulty of hard, and he has more of a counter attacker fighting style and is more of a group fight specialist. Today I'm going to be going over the Kyoshin as best I can to help you understand him more in For Honor, and we will go over the feats, and I will show a little bit of gameplay to help you understand him more. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Here we go. Okay, so going over Kyoshin first, I really want to talk about Kyoshin's undodgeable heavies, which Kyoshin does have undodgeable heavies that you can throw on each side. You just have to be careful when throwing them out. You don't want to throw them out too much. They do 30 damage as a top heavy, or a left heavy. It does around 30 damage as well when chained. So that's pretty much what you need to know, is that Kyoshin has undodgeable heavies in his kit. The next thing I'm going to go over is Kyoshin's bashes. Now Kyoshin has two sets of bashes. He has his front forward dodge bash, which the way to do it is to basically move up with the left stick plus A and then press X. If you're on console like Xbox, that's pretty much how you would do it. And you can confirm this to get 12 damage right after. And the second bash, the way you want to do it is you want to throw out maybe a heavy and just press X, and you can get 15 damage for that bash. Now, it's not just with the heavy too. You can also throw the light out to get this bash as well. The only thing you have to do is just press X right after the move. So heavy, press X, and you press light. That's really how you would want to do it. Now, with Kyoshin's undodgeable heavies and his bashes, a lot of people tend to do the orange on blue. So I think it's called orange and blue. I'm not sure if people call it that, but this is what I usually call it sometimes. So what I mean by is what I mean by example here, say like the warden here is dodging a lot, and if he's starting to dodge a lot, I will throw out my heavies and throw out the undodgeable heavy if he's starting to dodge. Now, if he stops dodging and just sits there, then I will just go straight for my bash. I'll do this to see if I can get the warden to dodge a lot, because if he dodges, I can continue throwing out my undodgeables if he's starting to dodge and catching him really. Now, if he doesn't dodge, then I just really go straight for the bash here. Sometimes I'll throw the light out, or I'll just throw the heavy. I recommend doing the heavy a little bit, but some people will tend to parry most of the time, so you want to be careful when trying to throw your attacks out. So a good way you can maybe confirm the bash is by backstepping with heavy and getting the bash like that, or you can backstep light and get the bash too. But you have to be at a good distance, because if you're too far away, then it won't connect. So if you're like really close, you can probably get it just like that. Alright, the next thing I'll go over for Kyoshin is his zone. Now Kyoshin does have a regular zone. This is his first regular zone here. It does around 14 damage on the left side. It's not that bad of a zone. I would personally recommend using it to finish your opponent off if they're at low health. Alright, the next thing we'll go over for Kyoshin is his all guard. So Kyoshin does have an all guard, which the all guard itself, again, it can deflect damage, well, not deflect, but just block damage, and you can counter with anything you want. So in Kyoshin's all guard, you can go with an unblockable heavy by pressing the heavy button, which will give you an unblockable, and you can do 3 chain lights, that is. All you have to do is just press RB right after. You have to press RB 3 times, and you can also do the light Kaze light stance as well. You just have to be careful when throwing this out, since people will tend to watch for this move and will parry it, and it will be devastating really. And also Kyoshin has zones that you can really throw out, and it's pretty stylish too. These are just like stylish zones. You can press the 2 zone combo, and you can mix it up as well, and you can also mix these zones up together if you want to. You just got to be careful when throwing those zones out, because people will tend to watch for those zones too. And again, on how to do the zone, all you got to do is just press RB and RT at the same time. Now RB is like the light, and RT is the heavy if you're on console, that is. PlayStation and PC, I don't know the controls, so you just have to bear with me really. And also Kyoshin has crushing counters that you can also use. He does come with crushing counters in his kit, which is pretty good. For him being a very defensive hero, it's pretty good that he has crushing counters for his kit. It makes sense, since it does help him a little bit, get more extra damage too. And it does 17 damage, so it's really good. And this is Kyoshin's running attack. It does 18 damage on the left side. I sometimes would use it to maybe catch my opponent off guard in Dominion. You don't want to use this in duels so much, since people will tend to parry it, so just be careful when using it. And also Kyoshin has side dodge heavies as well. They do 15 damage on both sides, on right and left. Be careful when throwing these out since they can be light parried, so just be careful when using them. That's all I'm gonna say. Just use it at your own risk, really. So that's pretty much it for Kyoshin and his moves. Now we're gonna go ahead and get into the feats for the Kyoshin. Here we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we already know about all these other feats. I'm just gonna go over the 4 main unique feats for Kyoshin. And be mindful, ladies and gentlemen, I won't say the name of these feats. I'll just say the first feat here and second feat and third feat. So I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna say the name because I don't want it to be like mispronounced and whatnot. So that's why. All right. So for the first one, this here is a passive feat. Attacks have bleed properties after superior blocking and attack. So this feat here, it installs bleed properties after any kind of superior blocking of an attack. So say, like I say, his hidden stance, you block with that, you can get some bleed damage. And for the second one is another passive. It gains health from successful attacks after superior blocking and attack. So you gain health from blocking different attacks, so from superior blocking, really, any attack, to be honest. And for his third feat, which I don't want to mispronounce again, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but this one gains effects of the first and the second one, and while it's active, duration resets after superior blocking and attack. So it's really all around his superior blocking. So anytime you superior block with Kyoshin here, you'll get some health back and you also get some bleeds, and it resets the cooldowns for both the first and the second as well. And for the final one, which this one is more of his CC attack, this one uses heavenly powers to petrify and deal some damage to surrounding enemies. Basically, this fourth feat here, it crowd controls anyone around Kyoshin. So if Kyoshin's like, say around like there's a Highlander on his left, and Orochi on his right, or heck, Hidakiri on the but behind him, he can use this feat and it'll catch anyone around him. That's pretty much what this feat does. It's more of a crowd control. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. It petrifies someone within that area, controls them, makes them not move, and you can get some damage too. Now, me personally, I would take the 4 main unique feats that Kyoshin has because I feel like they're really good because you don't have to like change them. Now, if you want to and you really want to just change your feats out for maybe breach or anything, you have all the other feats like arrow strike and smoke bomb you can use too for the second one. And for the third one, we have protective revive and tough as nails. And for the fourth, while he does have fear of self and arrow storm, I tend to just take this one to just crowd control people. That's pretty much what I usually take the fourth feat for. And you can also switch out the first one if you want to for speed revive. I mean, you could change it out if you don't want to like add bleed damage to your kit, but it's all up to you on what lineup of feats that you take. Now, if you do want more information on these feats, I will have the information hub in the description below. You can go check out the information for Kyoshin's feats and see which one you think would be perfect for you. But since we went over the feats, let's go ahead and get some gameplay of the Kyoshin. Here we go. Alright, so here's a little clip with Kyoshin and what I do. So in this first clip, I'm showing you guys on what I use with Kyoshin in his undodgeable state. So with the undodgeables, I'm using them against his gladiator, who I don't, for some reason, keeps falling for the undodgeables. But yeah, mostly in Kyoshin's kit, you want to use these undodgeables if people are just being dodgy, like this gladiator was. He didn't learn his lesson, and he ended up getting killed like that. Alright, here in this next clip, I'm facing against a Nabushi. Now, this Nabushi loves to light a lot, and yeah, you don't want to do that because I'm using my all guard. As I'm using my Kaze stance, I'm going straight for the heavy right afterward because it does more damage, and plus, I'm getting my health back, and I'm applying bleed right after with the superior block. That's pretty much what it is, and I end up defeating this Nabushi super easily. But yeah, using that superior block and healing myself with it was pretty good. Alright, so here in this clip, I'm facing against a Warden. Now, this Warden, he wasn't too bad, honestly, but I decided to go ahead and use my bash combo with him. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and throw my unblockable out here after I go for the bash, throw the unblockable in the Kaze stance, and then I wanted to go for my zone in the bash combo, which I did get off the second time. The first time I didn't get it because he interrupted me. And then I wouldn't get him for the bashes because I felt like he was just falling for those bashes and not dodging. So I just kept on going, and I got those bashes off 3 times, and I was just killing him. And then I ended up ending him right here with the light. The bash combo mix-up is really good. It's pretty good for Kyoshin, honestly. In this clip right here, I'm facing off against Gladiator, and with this Gladiator, he did not dodge the bashes, which I was using. So I wanted to go for the undodgeable first, which I was going for, and I didn't get it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just use my bashes against this Gladiator. since he's just not going for my undodgeables, I'll just use my bashes. He wasn't dodging them, and I was just catching him off guard, and that's how I was getting those damages in, or I was getting that damage in. I light parried him right here, and I wanted to go for the undodgeable again, didn't catch him, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait until you skewer, and then I'm gonna just end you right here. Like that. I mean, he really wasn't falling for my undodgeables, but he was falling for my bashes, and I ended him like that. I do hope you guys again enjoyed today's video of the Kyoshin or this Kyoshin guide. I hope it did help you out. I mean, Kyoshin himself is very hard to learn in For Honor, and I hope this guide does teach you something about Kyoshin, really, on how you can play him and how to use his moves to your advantage, really. By using the undodgeables, the undodgeable heavies, and using the bashes as well, you can honestly become a menace with Kyoshin, and also using your Kaze stance at the right time can really help you out in certain key situations and everything. But I would personally just put Kyoshin on my own tier list. Duels wise, I think he's as good as a B tier, and Dominion, I say A tier. That's just me on how I put him in the tier list, honestly. But if you did enjoy today's video, be sure to leave a like and also subscribe for more For Honor content here on my YouTube channel, y'all. And also, I'm going to be starting a new thing. Instead of Liza P, I'm going to be starting some Elden Ring, man. I'm going to be doing some Elden Ring invasions. I mean, you guys might like it. So for the next video, let's try and get that video maybe to 20 likes if we can for Elden Ring. It's going to come out Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got some invasions I want to do and I want to post. So don't worry, it's going to be awesome, y'all. But again, leave your comments down below what you thought about Kyoshin and what you think is good about him. Do you like him? Do you hate him? Like, what do you overall just enjoy about him? Let me know in the comments what you think. And again, subscribe if you're new and like if you enjoyed the video. And I will see you guys in the next video. All right, guys, peace out.